价格合适会出手啊。看情况是吧？
看价格吧。
看价格是吧？
多少钱买的？
多少钱？不知道啊。看为什么？
我戴着口罩你都觉得我跟你说。全一般多少钱？多人。啊？
好的，稍等着，赶紧摄像。你一会儿这不下来吗？我就替人照脑袋上。
现在不用下来。
哦，那人家是
他们就是不看的。哇，谢谢谢谢。
Alrighty. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to the sale and auction of 48 Webster's Road, right here in the heart of Templestowe. One of many most anticipated auctions over the past 5 weeks, and boy, have we had some interesting challenges along the way. Our lovely Andrew's government threw us back into lockdown at the start of the campaign, but that didn't stop buyers making their way through this beautiful family home. The inquiries were still coming in thick and thin. And of course, once the gates opened once again to allow us to bring buyers through, well, of course, they started coming through in their droves. And of course, you can understand why. When you see quality family homes like this coming on the market, there's always going to be a demand for not only beautiful homes, but of course, outstanding locations. But more about the home in a few moments. Now, in the past 4 weeks, it's fair to say the interesting thing about the property market is it is a rising market. One that I've got to tell you, over my 30-year career history, we get to see a lot of highs, and I guess it'd be fair enough to say we see a few lows. But this high right now, we haven't seen ever in my 30 years. And of course, what is driving this market? Of course, we are seeing now, we are seeing a lack of supply, high demand, no one's travelling, cheap finance, government grants, the stock market's heavily inflated, and above and beyond everything else, your money in the bank is doing nothing. So people are coming out once again and putting in the safest investment, which is of course quality property. And today, we believe one of you lucky buyers here today is going to be crowned a new homeowner of 48 Webster's Road. But more about the home in a few moments. The paperwork, which has been prepared by the vendor's lawyer, it is never our intention to go over it word for word, but we did it to cover the most important points that are relevant to all of you here today, especially if you are here with the intention of bidding. And of course, we're also going to cover the auction rules before I put it over to you for your spirited bidding. At that point in time, you've got a couple of choices, as I remind buyers every single Saturday. If you come into an auction with the intention of buying, standing there and doing nothing, ladies and gentlemen, does not secure your property. What it does give you is a broken heart when you go home and you look at your loved one and you say to each other, it was a real bloody idea what we did that extra 5-10 grand. And that's what happens every Saturday. I do not have another 48 Webster's Road. It's been over 10 years since this family has decided to put this home on the market. A decision that wasn't taken lightly. But of course, here we are today with a chapter closing for one family and a new one about to open. So folks, let's get on with the job. The paperwork, which has been prepared by the vendor's lawyer, it is never our intention to go for word, but we did it to cover the most important points. First and foremost, general conditions. We normally take those as being read. The particulars of sale, though, read of the land described in the title as volume number 10064, folio 194, which includes the land together with all of its improvements known to all of us here today as 48 Webster's Road in Templestowe. The way of chattels are included in today's sale, including all fixed floor coverings, light fittings, windows, furnishings, all as inspected over the past 4 weeks. And the terms we are calling for, if you are the lucky buyer here today, is strictly a 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the balance in 90 or 120 days' time as of today's date. So once again, in case you didn't hear it, a 10% deposit is required upon the fall of the hammer, not 5%, ladies and gentlemen, as some buyers try to pull on us every now and again. It is a 10% deposit, and the balance in 90 to 120 days' time as of today's date. Now, there are also special conditions which form part of this paper. Once again, way too many to go over here today. They're pretty much straightforward. But the one most important to you as the buyer here today is, of course, the auction clause, which reads along the lines, today's property shall be for sale by a public auction, subject to the vendor's reserve price. The highest bidder, whose bid is accepted by the owners, shall be the lucky buyer. If any dispute arises concerning the bidding, the property shall be resubmitted to the last undisputed bid. The owners also reserve their right to withdraw their property from sale at any time before it is knocked down without declaring the reserve price. Now, the section 32 of the vendor statement, as you may know, it informs us that all services are connected or at least are available for connection. They include the council rates, which come to $4,403.50 per annum. Our water rates come to $772.20 per annum. Always keeping in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the water consumption is always added on top. And I'm going to remind our lovely buyers every Saturday, because some of us love to have long showers, yeah? And as a result of that, we have to pay the price. And yours truly is one of those people. And overall, the size of the allotment of land, which most buyers have been attracted to, in addition to the beautiful home, is approximately 4,000 square metres, making a perfect acre right here in the heart of beautiful Templestowe. Folks, as you can see, that is the paperwork, nothing untoward about it, deposit of 10%, balance 90 to 120 days. Are we comfortable with all of that? Good to see you've all done your homework. Alrighty, and once again, compelled by law, just to remind you of the auction rules that apply here today. Of course, we are referring to the area of the auction rules. If you've heard them before, please talk amongst yourselves. If you haven't heard them before, please listen up, because they will affect you if you're ever buying anywhere in Victoria under auction conditions. First and foremost, the auction will be conducted in accordance to the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. Now, ladies and gents, in layman's terms, that rule there is referring to late bids. By law, I cannot accept any late bids. Once you hear me say sold, the property is sold. So please keep that in mind. I hope none of you have received advice from a family friend that says, oh, let him just pass it in, or let him sell it to somebody else and offer him 10 grand more afterwards. It's not going to happen, ladies and gents. Please keep that in mind. You need to be the buyer holding the highest bid if we are on the market, because the last bid will be buying this fabulous family home. As far as the reserve price is concerned, well, of course our owners do have a reserve price. Every owner does. As a buyer has a price they're hoping to pay. And of course, in a rising market, sometimes there has to be what I call compromise. But under auction conditions, under competitive conditions, who knows what will happen. As the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and does provide serious fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words that I use during the auction to indicate I'm placing a bid on behalf of the vendor are simply vendor bid. And by law, only I, ladies and gentlemen, are legally allowed to place any vendor bids. I'm sure you've all heard those rules before. Alrighty. Now, folks, it's always customary just to go over the property in very brief detail before we start. But as I mentioned to you earlier, we are witnessing one of the most competitive markets I've seen in over 30 years. And I've got to tell you, right across the board, now we're selling homes and apartments from $500,000 right up to $42 million right through the Turak. And I've got to tell you right now, these market conditions are what I call the perfect storm. Only the brave will secure properties. Those who are sort of, are going to miss out. And unfortunately, you've got to be brave and you've got to be bold if you want to buy a home today. This magnificent home I sold to the family over 10 years ago. They spent almost $2 million renovating it. You heard correctly. $2 million. You can almost build a brand new house for that these days. But more importantly, try to find a block of land. An acre, for example. Acre blocks of land right now in Manningham, and I'm talking land alone. In Edwin Road, only 4 months ago, 3.2 million. Just the land. Killabri Court, over 3 million. The house next door, just there, almost 5 years ago, sold for almost $5.5 million. Back in 2015, 2016. Folks, I've got to tell you, some of these homes that you're seeing getting knocked over, some of these older homes, they are building some magnificent properties that are now going to be going into the next generation, and you're going to start seeing results over $10 million in years to come in Templestowe. And I've got to tell you, if you think about it, where else can you buy an acre block of land today and build a magnificent home? I had a client on the phone saying to me, James, I'm looking in Brighton. Pick up an acre and put it in Brighton, you'll be looking at least $30 million. Go to Kew and the rest. Go to Turak, keep going. So folks, this is why we're seeing now people coming back out here, investing the other 15 and buying magnificent family homes. The home itself is about 80 odd squares, perched up here high, beautifully orientated, not a cent to be spent. Generous sized living areas, decent sized bedrooms, a magnificent outdoor entertaining area, a north-south tennis court for those of you who are tennis enthusiasts, a beautiful outdoor fresco, and I've got to tell you, I've seen some homes in Toorak that don't have al fresco areas like that. Absolutely stunning. And of course, when you think about if you are entertainers, what a beautiful home to entertain in. Plenty of car accommodation, as you can see, 3-car garaging, and of course a beautiful low-maintenance garden. Inside, all your creature comforts are here. From air conditioning, ducted heating, it's got it all. The house is meticulously presented, beautifully designed, and well thought out. Today, folks, I want you to think about what's brought you here. Today is about mind strategy and financial strategy. You can't forget the dollars, yeah? But it is the game of the brave and the bold. Today, we have 5 people that have registered their interest with the intention of buying here this afternoon. I can't control what you're about to do. All I can do with our team, on behalf of the Architecture team, Sharon Basley and I have been proudly marketing this home for the past 4 weeks. And of course here we also have Paul and Alan and Z and Alana here, who's well in the crowd here, she's right here in front of me. We're all here to help you guys, and of course Bruce, we're here to assist you. But you've got to give it your best go. So here are the scenarios that could unfold over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Number 1, if we achieve the reserve price, the property will be sold to the highest buyer. Once the gavel hits my hand, the property will be sold. Worst case scenario, I may choose to pass the property in. Now, this is why I need you to pay attention, folks, because sometimes this is where buyers make the fatal mistake. If I pass the property in to a family, they will have the first right to negotiate at the reserve price without the disruption of anyone else. Only unless they choose to walk away from that negotiation, then we can invite others in. If I pass it on a vendor bid, worst case scenario, well, of course, then I am anyone's to negotiate with. No one will have the exclusive right to negotiate with me and the owner, as all offers will be disclosed right up until the very end, where one lucky buyer will buy the home. Folks, on that note, let me just lubricate the vocal cords. It is water, by the way. Folks, we have been quoting more than 2.9 million, up to 3.2. I'm happy to start it at a level you're comfortable with. I don't want to waste anyone's time and start too low. I'm happy to start it at 2.9 if you like. If you don't bid, I will. I know where I've got to park it. I've got 5 families here. But today, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to be bold and you've got to be brave, as I said to you earlier. Where do I see a fair and reasonable start? This magnificent home, known to all of us here today, is 48 Webster's Road in Templestowe. By the way, I don't have any options today. This is my last one for the day, yeah? So take your time. Anywhere at all, 2.9 million to get you started, or 3 million, I don't mind. So you've got to start to be in it. If you don't start it, I will. I know we're going to start it. I know we're going to stop it. Remember, folks, if you don't bid, it becomes a negotiation afterwards. Can I see 2.9 million anywhere at all in the crowd? You know where to start it? You want me to start it? It's up to you. I don't mind. I know there are buyers here. Either we do it out here or we do it behind closed doors, ladies and gentlemen. Standing quiet at an auction is not the way to buy properties, I can tell you right now. Every Saturday it happens. An opening bid, 2.9 million. Come on, ladies and gents. You know you want to bid for the home. You've got to put your brave hand up. Anywhere at all, 2.9 million. You want me to start it? I'll start it at 2.95. I don't mind. I've got to move things right along. I know where the buyers are all at. $2.9 million now. No? You want me to start it? Fair enough. 2.95. I've got to move things right along. $2.95 million now. Looking for a $50,000 rise in the crowd. At 2.95. Remember, if you don't bid, I will. I know we're going to park it, folks. Remember, if I pass it, I'm anyone to negotiate with. 2.95 now. Going to say $3 million in the crowd. Anywhere tall. Going to call it 3 times. Here we go. First call at 2.95 now. Second call at 2.95. We're all done. All finished. All silent. At 2.95 now, ladies and gentlemen. Think about where you are. Remember, standing in a crowd and not bidding is not going to secure you the property. So they're going to make it harder for yourselves. After the auction, if I pass it in, I'm anyone's to negotiate with. Remember that. Please don't get upset if we disclose all bids, because all offers will be disclosed. It becomes an auction straight after the auction. Looking for $3 million in the crowd. Anywhere at all. Here we go once again. I'm going to give you all a fair one more chance. Once at 2.95. Twice. 2.95. We're all done. All finished. All silent. What are we saying? 3 million, sir? Looking for $50,000 rise? $2 million with you. Right back. $3 million. $50,000 rise. At $3 million now. Right here in front. Looking for a rise of 25 or 50, I don't mind. Gentleman's bid at this point in time, he has total control. Keep in mind, if he locks the rest of you out, you may not get a second chance. At $3 million now, family's bid. Looking for a rise of 50, if you like to put you back in front. What do we say? At $3 million now, bid's right here. At $3 million, here we go. Once. At $3 million now. Twice. At $3 million, we've done. Finished. Silent. At $3 million now, Alan, what do they say? I'm going to give you all the time to think about what you're about to do. Because this could cost you the property. At $3 million now. 25 makes it easier for you. At $3 million. Giving you time to think about it. Remember, blocks of land in Templestowe now are going in excess of $3 million. Sorry? $3 million and 25. New buyer in the race now. $3 million and 25. 50 if you like, sir. What do we say? $3 million and 25. 25 in the rise if you like. $3 million and 25. 50 if you like, sir. What do we say? $3 million and 25 right here in front. $3 million and 25 now. Just getting warmed up. Remember, blocks of land are selling in excess of $3 million. You wouldn't even build half a house for 500 grand these days. At $3 million and 25. Looking for $25,000 rise. What do we say, sir? Have a think. At $3 million and 25. You back in? 3 million and 50 now. At $3 million and 50. Your turn, my friend. Can we say $3 million and 75? What do we say? At $3 million and 50 now. Right behind you. At $3 million and 50. Looking for $25,000 rise. 3 million and 75 now, 3-1 if you like. We're going to get there anyway. 3 million and 75 right here in front now. Can I say 3.1? What do we say, sir? You back in front of the 25? 3 million and 75 now. Once. 3.1 now. I know there's more buyers here. Remember, the more involved they get, the more emotionally connected they're going to get. Going to make it harder for you. At 3.1 now. Strong bidding. They want the home. At 3.1. Your bid, sir. 25 if you like. What do we say? At 3.1 million. Only 25 at the moment. At 3.1. We're all done. All finished. All silent. At 3.1. Looking for $25,000 rise. Once. At 3.1 million. What do we say, sir? At 3.1 back into 25 if you like. What do we say? We're at $3.1 million now. 25. Thank you very much. We finally got there. At 1,125,000 now. 3 buyers in. They're all coming out now. At 3.125. 3,150 now. At 3,150 now. Alan almost had it. At 3,150 now. Go for 3.2. Go for the knockout bid. At 3,150 now. 25. 3,175,000. At 3,175,000. We're back in for 1.2. What do we say? At 3.175. Once. At 3.1, what, 3.2 now, 3.125, back at you, Z. At 3,120, at 225. 50 now, at 3,250. 3,250, call it the bid. At 3,250. What do we say? 25 on the rise if you like. Back in for 75, at 3,250. Bids on my left-hand side. Call out the number whenever you like, ladies and gentlemen. At 3,250 now. 75 now. 3.3. 3.3, Alan? Yes or no? Yeah. 3.3 now. Back in at 3.3. Give me 30 seconds, folks. I'll be right with you.
That's right, you're Wendy, aren't you? I'm so sorry. I'll find you another one.
But also can be really delicious dinner.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of interest. Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. As you can appreciate, it's always an interesting time in every family. At 3.3 million, I'm going to make it very clear. The bid's right here, $3.3 million now. Now we're playing for keeps. Last bid buys the property.
James?
Yes?
We're on the market.
On the market, playing for keeps.
We're on the market.
At 3.3 million now.
We're on the market.
Best man, best woman, best family wins the prize. $3.3 million now. If you're in now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to raise your hands. At 3.3 million. Have a think. 3.3 million.
Will you take 10?
Why not? Let's make it interesting. 1,310,000.
3,310,000.
No lower than 10.
3,310,000.
3,310,000, yeah. 1,310,000. 20 now. 3,320,000.
No. 330.
Ah, I like your style, my friend. 3,330,000 now. 3,330,000. On the left, 40 if you like. What do we say?
3,340.
3,340,000. Let's park the 3 for a minute. 340 now. 50 if you like. 60. 3,360,000. At 3,360,000. What do we say? Sorry? 3,365,000. 3,365,000. Let's make it 3.4. What do we say? 3 million. Sorry?
75.
3,375,000. Your turn, Z. Let's make it 3.4. What do we say? Bitsy on the left. 3,375,000. Once. At 3 million. 80 now. 90. 3,390,000. Strong bidding. I like this lady's style. Bang, bang, bang. 3,090,000. 95. 10. Whatever now. 3,405,000. 3,405,000. 3,405,000. That's it. 3,405. Your turn, Z. At 3,405,000. Call it the number. 3,405,000. Once. At 3,405,000. What do we say, guys? 3,405,000. They're going to buy the property.
Over here, James.
3,410,000. Back in front. 3,410,000. So another 10, 20 now. 3,420,000. At 3,420,000 now. At 3,420,000, you're almost building a brand new house for $420,000. Think about it. Blocks of land over $3 million. You couldn't build a house today for 500 grand. Not even a Metricon. At 3 million, we're over from 3,425,000 and the rise of 10. Sorry? 30 now. 3,430,000. 3,430,000, Z. What do we say back in? At 3,430,000. 3,040,000 now. Man, she's quick. I like that. 3,440,000. 3,440,000. Great job, by the way. 3,440,000. At 3,440,000. Once. Back in for 5. What do we say? 45 now. 50. She wants the home, guys. She means business. At 3,450,000. Selling the better bid. Make no mistake. When the gavel comes down, Webster's Road will be gone. You'll be driving past and like going, oh, that could have been mine. 3,450,000. Once. At 3,450,000. Twice. We're done. 55. 60. 3,460,000. Guys, you've got to go in strong. At 3,460,000. Make it 3.5. Go for the knockout bid. What do we say? 3,460,000. Ladies bid. Families bid. You're looking at the new homeowner shortly. At 3,460,000 now. Once. At 3,460,000.
3.5.
Sorry?
3.5.
3.5. Strong bidding. Guys, have a think about your next move. At 3.5. What do we say?
10.
3,510,000. Anything you can do, I can do better, she says. At 3,510,000. Not intimidated enough yet. At 3,510,000. Couples bid. Families bid. At 3,510,000. 3,510,000 now. What do we say, sir? Back in for 20. At 3,510,000 now. Families bid. Can they have the property? At 3,510,000. Think about it. Couldn't find you an acre these days. Not even a block of land under 3 million. 3,115,000. 20 now. 3,520,000. At 3,520,000 now. Great buying. Look at the home. Look at this magnificent structure. There's gardens. It costs you a fortune these days. Remember that. I want you to look at this in perspective. A block of land today, 3 million. Building a brand new home at $35,000 a square. You're not going to build a house that's under 80 squares. Do the math. The numbers stack up. So 3.520 represents outstanding value for money. I'm just giving you all perspective. 3,520,000. Here we go. Once.
3,530.
3,530,000. At 3,530,000 now.
5,000.
35. 3,535,000. Z, the family's been picked right there in the corner. 3,535,000. Family's bid. At 3,535,000. Once. At 3,535,000. Twice. At 3,535,000. What do we say, guys? Back in. At 3,500,000.
355.
3,550,000. At 3,550,000 now. Family's big on the left hand side. Go for the knockout bid, Alan, if I were you. Same with you guys. At 55. What are we? 65? 55. 3,555,000. Back on the left. At 3,555,000. Sorry?
Already there.
55, but you got it. 60 if you like. You can't both move in. 60 now. 3,560,000. What do we say? 3,560,000 now. Left hand pocket. 10,060 now. 70, my apologies. 3,570,000. Thank you, Paul. 3,570,000 now. What do we say to the family under the coffee van? 3,570,000. 80 if you like. What do we say? Or 3.6. Quote the number. 3.6. Strong bidding. Bang. 3.6. What do we say? Do the same thing back, guys.
5,000.
No. 375. 3,605,000. 3,605,000 now. We're almost there. We're now playing for keeps. Last bid buys the property. Make no mistake. At 3,605,000 now. 10 now. 15. 3,615,000.
15.
30 now.
15.
We are 15 here. It's 10, 15 to you. My apology. What are we now? 3,615,000. 3,615,000. Great problem to have when you lose control of the bids, eh? At 3,615,000. Back here on the left. At 3,615,000. 20 now. 620 now. 3,620,000. What do we say?
25.
25 right now. 3,625,000 now. At 3,625,000. 30 if you like. Back in. 3,625,000. Once. 3,625,000. Twice. 30 now. 35. 3,635,000. It's going to be a long afternoon. I know, so can I. I made sure of that. 3,635,000. Selling no better bid. Make no mistake, folks. When the gavel hits my hand, property will be sold. 3,635,000. Once. Yep, it's yours. 3,000,000. 40 now. 45. 3,645,000. 50 now. 55. 3,600,000. What are we? 3,655,000.
55.
It's you here. 55.
55.
55's here. 3,655,000. 65 now. At 65, back there. 3,665,000. Go 37, what do we say?
70.
70 now. 70, 3,670,000 now. Over here again, see. The clash of the heavyweights now. 80 now. 3,680,000. 85? 85 now. Let's go 3.7. What do we say? We're going to get there anyway. In fives or tens, you call it. 3,685,000. First call.
87.
Nope. Fives. Nice try though. 3,685,000. Go the 5. 90 if you like, or 7. 90 now. 7, what do we say, guys? 3,690,000 now. 95. 3,695,000. First call at 3,695,000. 3.7 now. Back, left hand pocket again at 3.7. The sirens are going to go off. The premiership is going to be won, and they're going to go home disappointed.
10.
3,710,000. Almost at it, guys. Hang in there. You put up an awesome fight at 3,710,000. I remind you all, you couldn't build a brand new home for $700,000, not on an acre, I can assure you. I want you to do the math.
能拍到400。
At 3,710,000, families bid. First call. At 3,710,000. Second call. At 3,710,000. Third, final call.
1,000.
Sorry?
1,000 more.
15. 3,715,000.
3,720.
3,720,000. I think the lady is sending a very clear message to everyone here today.
Just put the hammer down, please.
When you're selling one day, you're going to remember me. At 3,720,000 now. Guys, quiet please, if you don't mind. Thank you. 3,747,000 twice.
都上了个老太太。
3,747,000. Third, final call. Done.
不一定能认识。
Finished.
哦哦，3K 3K。
I know you're happy with that. At 3,747,000. Third and final call, D. Z, please tell me we're out. At 3,747,000. When the gavel hits my hand, the property will be sold. I know I've said it about 10 times by now. Let's try it one more time. It's 3,747,000 once.
3K。
2,747,000 twice. Third and final call at $3,747,000. The property's going. Congratulations, you've now sold. Thank you very much. Congratulations, new homeowners. The business bidders, on behalf of RT Edgar, thank you so much for doing another RT Edgar auction. Remember, at RT Edgar, your property is always worth more.